Vehicle Spec family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2026 Honda HR-V EXL in Nordic Forest Pearl with the gray interior. Now for 2026, Honda has made some slight changes throughout the lineup. The EXL continues to be the fully loaded model. Below this you have the Sport, and below that you have the base LX package. Now this is the EXL all-wheel drive. Most of the changes are inside the HR-V. But the first thing to notice is the new build design. So they're like a machine finish with black insert. These are 18s, and I believe 25 and below were 17. So before, the Sport had the biggest rim design, but now I think the Sport and the EXL now both have 18s instead of the Sport just having 18s. Let's start off with the front fascia here. You have full LED headlamps. So you have LED high beam, low beam, turn signals, and daytime running lights. You have the three kind of squares in there, and the outer squares are your running lights. Not your running lights, your low beam, and the middle will be your high beam. Your turn signals and your daytime running lights do share this piece right here, which is nice. There are no fog lights available on any of the HR-Vs. On the EXL, the lower portion will be gloss black. You do have a flat black in the lower grille, gloss black in the main grille here. You do have sensors in the front bumper, and you do have your Honda emblem right there in chrome in your face. And the Nordic Forest Pearl is a very beautiful color. Green is making a comeback for most of these new cars nowadays. Everyone's having a new version of green now, which is interesting. But the flat gray and cement gray is still a popular color. Now above the new rim design, let's take a look at this thing again. You do have gloss black all around on the lower portion there. It does wrap around the rear tires and go around to the rear. You do have body colored side mirrors. The top portion is body colored, the lower portion is flat black, and you do have LED turn signals integrated in there. And when the Civic debuted the 11th gen, the mirrors went lower in the door, still kind of follow that Civic design there. You have the new wipers where the nozzles are on the wiper itself, so it sprays and wipes right behind. You have to worry about being blind for a quick second, and then it gets wipes immediately. You do have the camera up there, part of your Honda sensing feature. And wrapped around the door, it is flat black on the lower portion, and then the top portion and the pillars are all gloss black as well. Body colored door handles, which are nice. Blind spot monitoring standard on the side mirrors. And this HR-V do have the protection package on there. So you have wheel locks, splash guards, and the cargo tray. Let's take a look at the rear of the HR-V. You still have your shark fin style antenna that is body colored, which is nice. You do have your window spoiler here that's fully body colored. Some flat black right here. LED third brake light, exposed wiper. You do have this all-wheel drive sticker down below. If you don't have the sticker, then you have front-wheel drive. That's kind of something Honda took from the original CR-V, like the first generation and the second generation, and I think the third generation too had the, no, actually no, the first and second. Third went to having an all-wheel drive badge on the tailgate, but you have the sticker to let you know you have all-wheel drive. My favorite part of the HR-V are the rear, and the taillights, the rear taillights. So full LED, brake lights, turn signals, reverse lights, and I love the unique design. Some people would say this looked like almost like a Porsche, like a Macan or like a baby Porsche. On the lower portion of the bumper here, flat black, not flat black, gloss black, I keep saying flat black. Gloss black with sensors in the rear bumper. You have some silver piece right here to break up some of the gloss black. No exposed exhaust on the EXL. You do have LED, a license plate bracket as well, light as well. I can't speak today. It's a hot day today, and I don't know, the sun is just frying my brain, I guess. Before we jump into the HR-V, let's take a look at the key design. So this is Honda's latest key design. You have lock, you have unlock. You have remote start built in on the key fob. So you lock your HR-V and you hit hold. Oh, it's windy up here. Hopefully you guys could hear me. It flashed at you one time, then it flashed at you 3 times to let you know it's running. It'll keep running for about 10 minutes, and then if you need more time, you lock, hold the circle again, adds another 10 minutes, and then if you don't need the feature anymore, you hold the remote start hold and it shuts off. Flash at you to let you know it shut off. You have a button to pop the trunk, not pop the trunk, but unlock the trunk. You have a panic button, and then you do have an emergency key in the fob as well. And that key blade actually goes in the hidden keyhole that's under the door handle right there. So hopefully you guys could See that guy. The EXL will have smart entry, so you can tap these lines right here. It will lock all the doors, and if you put your hand in the door handle, it'll unlock the door. Now by default, only the driver door would unlock when you buy it yourself, so the boogeyman will jump in with you. But if you put your hand in the passenger door first, it will unlock all 4 doors. None on the rear door handles. Currently only the Pilot and I think the Passport have that feature on the high-end models. Most of the Acuras actually have that feature. So they save most of that for Acura. Now this is the gray interior. You can get a black interior or you can get the gray interior. It's available on the EXL. But let's take a look at the door card first. So you have soft touch up here. You have actually there's hard touch here. So that's hard. Soft touch here where you rest your elbow. Single stitch. Auto up down just for the driver and passenger window. The rear you have to hold. Power locks, power mirrors. You kind of have like a plastic door handle, but it has like the silver kind of, not coating, but like wrap around it, makes it look a little more premium. You do have these little black pieces right here, kind of wrap around, which is nice. This is actually soft touch too. This wave design is unique to the HRV and the ADX as well. Bottle holder, 2 bottle holders, speaker, grill. Stepping up to the EXL from the Sport, you will get a power adjustment driver's seat. So it is a 8-way power adjustment, no lumbar support. Honda wants you to go up to an Acura to get an ADX to get lumbar on the high-end level. But you can go forward, you can go back, you can go up, you can go down, and you can tilt this portion right here forward, well, up and down, and you can move the back of the seat forward and back. On the passenger seat, it will be a manual adjustment, so you have the bar to move forward and back, and you have the lever here to move your seat forward and back. Also, jumping into the EXL, you get these leather trim seats, so they're perforated in the middle, which is nice. Decent bolstering, side bolstering, and they're a comfortable seat because if you get a Sport or an LX, your only option is a cloth interior. So we're gonna let's close the door and turn this guy on because it is a hot day today. Welcome to your HRV. Foot on brake, push the button. We're gonna turn this bad boy on, wind up the windows, and get the AC rolling in here. But I'm not gonna have it too loud because I want you guys to be able to hear me. Now the first thing you're gonna notice when you get into the EXL HRV is how simple the layout is. All the HRVs have this simple layout. Civic, CRVs, it's just Honda love having a simple interior. It's not too crazy, but it's not too boring either. Leather wrapped steering wheel, which is nice. It's not heated. It's not no flat bottom and heated. You can get that on the ADX. You do have some controls here. So you have next track, previous, volume. You do have a home button because you do have a half digital cluster and half analog. HRV don't get the full digital cluster that the CRVs actually get now. So that might be a reason why you go up to the CRV, or maybe you want a Sport Touring Civic that also get the full digital cluster. So you do have voice command here, and the scroll wheel here will control different options you can view there. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control on and off, cancel, resume, set. You have your adaptive cruise control, distance here, lane keeping assist here, on and off. Behind the steering wheel, you have your lighting controls here, so off, auto, parking, and on, and you will have auto high beam assist standard. And on the right side, you have your wiper controls here, so you have off, intermediate, low, and high. And for the rear wiper, you have off, intermediate, and on. So you can see that guy wiping back there. Now below the steering wheel, you do have your traction control on and off here, blank button, storage, and that's pretty much it. The steering wheel is manual adjustment. You pull that bar down, you can go up and down, in and out, kind of put it however you want. On the lower portion down here, you do have a rubber standard pedal, so rubber gas, brake, and dead pedal. You do pop the hood from down there. Now taking a look at this half digital, half analog cluster here, you have some customization over here. So you hit home, and here you can see safety support. And with safety support, you can turn on and off road departure mitigation, blind spot information system. You do have low speed braking control that you can't get on the Sport and the LX, so that's standard in this model. You have parking sensors on and off, that's standard on the EXL, you can't get on the Sport, and collision mitigation braking, and that's pretty much it. And then, let's get out of there. There we go. You can have no content, so it shows nothing, just your tachometer, or if you want to switch your miles per hour to kilometers, you use it in that option there. Your brightness, you have vehicle settings, and here you can do all different types of things. Your TPMS calibration is here, driver assist system, meter setup, keyless access. And actually with keyless access, if I go to, no, actually I have to go to door. Wrong option. If we go down to if lighting setup, door setup, you can turn on walkway auto lock, and it is off by default. From Honda, you have to go in there and turn that feature on, where you walk away from your HRV while it's off, you forget to lock your doors, it will lock automatically. It doesn't have a walk away unlock though, just lock. So you have gauge display settings there, warning, range and fuel, speed and time, your audio, but you're listening to, foam, driver attention, all-wheel drive torque distribution, who got their seatbelts on, and maintenance. So you have plenty of different options you can view on here. I will leave it on no content, I guess, for it's on brightness. No content for right now. Now, one thing that is new for 2026 on the EXL is at night you do have a footwell lighting. This is what a Honda added to the EXL, which is interesting. That, and for your climate controls here, when you adjust the temperature, you see how it turns red and blue? That's new for 2026. So pretty interesting. Now this touchscreen display here, it is a 9-inch touchscreen display. Every HRV for 2026 have the 9-inch standard, because on the LX and Sport, you have the smaller 7-inch, and then the EXL added the 9-inch, but now all of them get the 9-inch, and now all of them have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Previously, only the EXL had that feature. Now, the UI in this is different for 2026 on the EXL. So you don't have that previous setup where you have the different pages and everything. Now everything's all on one page. Everything's just right there. You have your phone connection there. You have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto there. You can pair it up there, and what your audio you listen to here. If you go to audio source, you do have FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth audio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's no XM radio. XM radio is gone. If you have the app downloaded to your phone and you're using Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, then you can access your XM there. It's just not built into the HRV. But you do have general settings here, and you can make different settings. So camera, volume, display, connection system. Real simple settings here. And now this button here is a connect button. So if you need to pair a phone quickly, you have a shortcut to do so. You do have a physical volume knob, and you can push for power on and off. And that's pretty much it. The Honda made it real simple. You don't have to look for any pages or anything right there. Everything's all right here. You get in your car, you don't got to change anything, pretty much. Below your touchscreen display, you still have that unique air vent design that started on the Civic. You can see it comes over here as well too. You can either move them around, or you can actually go all the way, and it's a nice like close. Just sounds very nice. Feels premium though. Doesn't feel cheap in here, even though this segment is like the small SUV segment. It feels very premium in here in the EXL. Now below your vents, you do have your climate control. You do get dual zone climate control. I believe the LX and Sport is a single zone. So if you want it where your passenger can have their own temperature, see how it turns red, catch on fire, you stay cool, you only can get that on the EXL right now. You do have heated seats, high, medium, and low. No ventilating seats. That's something that Honda saved for the ADX. So the ADX do have ventilating and heated front seats, but on the HRV, it's only heated on the Sport and EXL. You do have auto, the driver's temperature, fan speed on and off for the whole system, sync on and off. So if you turn sync on, you're controlling both sides with the driver's temperature. And you do have AC on and off, heated back glass and side mirrors, front defrost, and your modes and your air circulation. Now down below your climate control, something that's also new for 2026 is the EXL no longer has a power outlet up front. You have 2 USB-C ports. The left one is for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wired and charging. The right one is only for charging, but yeah, the power outlet is gone. Previously you had a USB-A. There's one USB-A and a power outlet. And you do have a wireless phone charging pad, which is standard on the EXL, but for 2026, the Sport and the LX also get that now as well. You have your cup holders right here up front, leather wrap shift knob. Right here is soft touch, where you rest your knee. You see me hitting my knee there? It's actually really nice. Soft touch. There's a lot of soft touches throughout the interior for it being, the class that it is in. You do have your, not real leather shift boot, but you have park, reverse, neutral drive. Putting the EXL in reverse, you do get Honda's multi-angle backup camera. So you have a wide angle, you have a standard view, and you have a top-down view that you can't see below that window. You do have cross traffic on and off. Oh, actually, look at that. I can mute the sound if it's annoying. Look at that. So you do have cross traffic on and off. So if you're backing out of a parking space and there's a car coming from this way or this way, it will alert you, let you know which way the car is coming from. You can make it smaller and have a radar around your HRV so you know how close you are to something, and you have your brightness. You do have an S mode for the transmission and an L mode for the transmission. By the way, this is a CVT transmission. Didn't get to mention that to you guys yet. That's the only transmission option available on the HRV. There's no manual transmission. Even though the previous generation, you could get a manual transmission in HRV. They only did that for like 2 or 3 years. But below the shifter, you do have your drive modes here. And if you toggle this on and off, you can see here you have normal, econ, and snow. There's no sport mode because technically you have the S mode here, and there's also no individual mode as well too. Those are things that's saved for the ADX. You do have a hill descent cruise control here. You can set this up to 12 miles per hour. Electronic parking brake. You do have a brake hold here. So if you're in drive, you turn this feature on, you can take your foot off the brake. Car won't move while you're in drive. Cool feature there. You do have a USB-C here and a blank button over here. So previously, you had 2 USB-C ports here and 1 USB-A there. For 2026, it's 2 USB-Cs up front and 1 down here. And still get a pass-through down here, which is nice. Armrest is soft touch. Not that soft, but it's soft, single stitched. Open that guy up. You have plenty of storage, especially comparing to the previous HRV, previous generation, not like a 25. This is still the same size. Open this guy up. It is damped, which that's a nice to have. It's not lined with felt, but it is been styled. But yeah, at least it slowly opens and won't flop down. I guess Honda's going away from that flopping down feature. Now up above, you do have a auto dimming rearview mirror, but HomeLink is not standard, and I think HomeLink is not available on the HRV. I think Honda wants you to use the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and have your garage paired that way. You don't have the physical buttons there. Above your auto dimming rear view mirror, you do have LED lighting throughout the cabin, which is nice. You have that guy as well too. You have your moonroof controls here. So if you pull it back, it will open all the way for you. It is a one touch, you don't have to hold it, which is nice. See the sun peeking in, cooking my head. It's so hot today. You guys don't understand. I'm over here dying right now. And you can open it to ventilate as well. Go ahead and close that guy back. You do have to manually close the shade though. And the headliner, it's kind of like gray. It looks gray. Yeah, it looks gray, beige-ish. It is gray. And let's turn that guy off. You do have your vanity mirror with lights in them, which is nice. Same thing for the driver. And also, you do get the same sound system as the Sport, but you do get 2 extra speakers. So I think this is an 8-speaker sound system, and the Sport is a 6-speaker sound system. Let's jump out of here and take a look at the rear passengers. This is how wide the rear door is open. So it's not 90 degrees, but it's pretty wide. You can still get a car seat in and out of here. The rear door card, hard touch. That's what I was expecting. You have soft touch here where you rest your elbow. Same door handle style. You have a tweeter. You do have single stitching here. This is all soft touch. 1 bottle holder there, more of the wave, and additional speaker down here. The rear seats is also perforated, which is nice. And I love like the CRV, you have the exposed tethers there for car seats or for booster seats, things like that for the kiddos. So parents will appreciate that. So jumping into the back seat here. I didn't have the seat all the way back, but I had it back. I'm 5'10". You can see I have plenty of leg room back here, which is nice. Now, no mat pocket behind the driver. You do have one behind the passenger, and there's no air vents back here or no USB-Cs, just storage, and that's pretty much it. If you want air vents and USB-Cs, you will have to step it up and get yourself an ADX. The base model ADX will have those features, and there's no armrest here either. You're just gonna sit back here and that's pretty much it. It does seat 3 back here, which is nice, but whoever sits in the middle might be squashed. They might not like it back here. Now on that headliner up here, you do have LED lights, and you just tap to turn them on, which is cool. Same thing on this side as well too. You have your handles, but you do have a dry cleaning hook on this side, none on the passenger side. But if you take a look at the cockpit again, it is a nice place to be in. Even though the price range that the HRV is in, you can't go wrong. You know, low 30s. MSRP on this one is like $33,400. It does have the protection package on there, which adds another $400 and change. Yeah, $483. So this one is $33,883 exactly. For the price, you do get a lot of vehicle for the price. It's actually real nice. Now, no power tailgate. That's something you get on the ADX as well. So there's a reason why the HRV don't have certain features, because there is a, you know, a more premium version of this guy. First thing you're gonna notice is how wide the opening is and how low the load floor is. Like, look at that. That is, if you have something heavy, you don't have to lift it over as much, which is really nice. Now here's the all-season protection package. The all-season cargo tray that's optional. You can have in your HRV. It will just be carpet. And then there are additional storage under here, which is nice. And there is a spare tire down in there. It is a donut, but you do get a spare tire. And you do get a power outlet back here. So no power outlet in the front, just in the rear. LED lighting in the cargo space back here. You can get a cargo tray, but it won't be the ones where you pull and it kind of like rolls back in. It will just be one piece and you just slide it in here, which is interesting. But I saw someone complaining about not having a power outlet in the front. This generation don't care about power outlets. You know, these new drivers right now, they want USB-Cs, they want wireless phone charging, and that's pretty much it. They don't use power outlets anymore. So I'm gonna pop the hood, show you guys what's powering the HRV. So every trim level, LX, Sport, and EXL, hopefully you guys can hear me, but all models will have the 2-liter 4-cylinder from the Civic. Now the Civic recently just revised its 2-liter 4-cylinder for their lower trims. So it makes less power on the Civic. It makes like 150 horsepower, and this still makes 158 horsepower. But yeah, 2-liter 4-cylinder matted to a CVT transmission. Honda's been using this 2-liter forever. They have different variants of it, but it works. There's no hybrid. Who knows if they're gonna bring a hybrid in the future, maybe from the Civic, but right now, this is the only powertrain you can have on the HRV. That's pretty much it, but easy to, no big covers. You can see everything accessible. It'll be easy to work on if you're gonna do your own maintenance on this guy, which you do get. Your first year is on Honda, so I don't know why you wouldn't take advantage of that, but some people still want to do their own maintenance. But let's jump out of here and we're gonna take a look at the color combinations you can get on your EXL and the interior combinations as well. All right, here we are. We are on the 2026 Honda HRV trim walk. So here are all 3 levels. If you want to pause the video, you can pause the video, take a look at the difference between the LX, the Sport, and the EXL. Or if you just go to HondaInformationCenter.com, you can print this guy out. So let's jump in and build us a HRV. So let's jump into vehicles here, and we're gonna build this guy here. You can also go to Honda.com and look at 2026 with me and build this as well. So we're gonna go ahead and choose an EXL, and there has been an error. I don't know what happened, but I refreshed the page like 5 times and I could not get to this page. The 6th time it worked. So I think Honda is maybe under construction with the site. I don't know. Anyways, here's the EXL, and you can choose either 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with the EXL. If you do go with an all-wheel drive model, it'll be $1,500 more than a 2-wheel drive. So if you take a look at the gas mileage with the 2-wheel drive, you're looking at 26 city, 32 highway, 28 combined. And with all-wheel drive, you're looking at 25 city and 30 highway with 27 combined. So there's a no-brainer to go with the all-wheel drive because you're not really losing that much gas mileage versus the 2-wheel drive. But if you want to save the most money, then get yourself a 2-wheel drive. So I'm going to click on the all-wheel drive there, and here are your exterior colors. Starting off with the crystal black pearl, the only interior option you have is black perforated leather. And let's take a look at modern steel metallic, and you have 2 interior options, either black or the gray leather interior, which we're doing today. And if you choose solar silver metallics, I believe this is also a new color for 2026. It replaced lunar silver, so it's a different shade of silver. They're both silver, but if you park them next to each other, you can see, I think solar is brighter than lunar, if I'm not mistaken, but most people won't even notice. But yeah, so if you go to solar silver metallic, gray interior is your only option with the solar. Now, when we jump into Nordic Forest Pearl, it is a premium price for the paint, so $455. You have the option between black or gray. And then if you jump into Platinum White Pearl, same thing. Your options are gray or black. And Urban Gray Pearl only comes in black interior. So we're going to go ahead, choose Nordic Forest Pearl with the gray interior. Let's take a look at the wheel options you have for your EXL. So you have your standard 18-inch wheels, And this is a new design for 2026. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the video. I think I did. And you can drop down to 17s and get an HPD rim. And I'm not sure if the tires are a taller tire wall since they're an inch smaller, but you have these gold rims which look interesting with the Nordic Forest. And you can also get the same rim design in a different color with kind of a, what is alloy excerpt? Yeah. And that looks pretty good as well too. It looks pretty rugged, but I actually like the new updated wheels for the EXL. I'm not a big fan of the updated wheels on the Sport though, but I do like the EXL wheels. So let's take a look at some packages here. So these are dealer installed packages. You can get these packages from your dealership. I believe the HRV doesn't come with a PPO package, so the post-production options. But here's some options or packages you can add at your dealership. Now the pricing will varies because this doesn't include your dealership's labor, installation, shipping, all that good stuff, any markup if they have as well. But you have the all-season protection package 1, 2. You have the regular protection package. You have the HPD package, which make your HRV look a little bit more rugged. So you get these little side pieces here, the rear bumper here, HPD sticker there as well, and this front garnish here. And let's go to details just to make sure. Oh, and the tailgate spoiler. You get a more aggressive tailgate spoiler. So you get the lower trims, front and rear, side lower trim, tailgate spoiler, HPD decal, and emblem. You want to make your HRV look a little bit rugged than all the other HRVs out there. And you do have the rugged package, which will come with fender flares, grille trim, and the lower door trim, which I don't think the clouding is too much. So I'll make it bigger for you guys. Get this lower piece here. And I like how this looks like a running board, like a tube running board type thing going on. You get the fender flares there, and then you get the grill design thing there. Let's say you don't want the whole thing in the packages. You have, standalone accessories you can add to your HRV just in case you want one item in one of those packages. So you have a bike attachment and the frame mount. And when I did the Sport, I realized that I think Honda got rid of the fork mount where you take the front tire off and put the bike up top. I think it's only frame mount now. Body side molding, door edge guard. So these are a lot of protective accessories for your HRV. I love door visors. The blacked out emblems are cool too. You can get the HPD emblem by itself. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, but you can if you wanted to. Fender flares by itself, the grille trim, HPD decal, kayak attachment, lower door trim, lower trim for the front, the rear, moon roof visors, roof baskets, all the boxes, short and mid-size, roof racks. I mean, you need this to install any of these, roof attachments. The side lower trim, which I like, ski and snowboard attachment, splash guards. You have a surfboard attachment, tailgate spoiler, so you can get the spoiler by itself, and a tent, and your valve stem wheel locks and your black wheel lug nuts. Now let's take a look at the interior, and same thing, a lot of protective goodies, all season floor mats. Here's a cargo cover. I was telling you about how you just slide this thing in. It doesn't like roll up or anything like that. But if you don't want nobody being nosy in your groceries and what you got the kids for Christmas or whatever, get your cargo cover. You have the cargo net. You have a cargo tray, which this model I have. You have the contoured high wall carpet floor mats, door sill protection film, first aid kit, rear passenger window shades, and seat back protectors. So when we look at electronics, all you have is the engine block heater. Let's break down the pricing. So the base price for an all-wheel drive EXL in Nordic Forest Pro, well, not including the color, is $31,550. Including the color is $455, and destination handling is $1395. Your MSRP is $33,400. I've had some people confused about the destination and handling. Whether you live behind the dealership or you live 3,000 miles away from, not the dealership, the factory. If you live behind the factory or if you live 3,000, 4,000 miles away from the factory, everyone paid the same destination and handling fees. You live down the block, you're still going to have to pay this fee. For a fully loaded HRV, all-wheel drive, additional paint, low 30s, I think the EXL is a great package for someone that doesn't want to, get up into the high 30s, 40s like the ADX, but you still want some premium features. You don't mind not having a turbo engine. You don't mind not having a power tailgate, panoramic moonroof, cooling seats, all the goodies that the ADX have. The EXL is a good option. Like I said, you want some premium features, but you just don't want everything. and you want to save some money, and this is definitely the way to go. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think about the EXL. Is this a package you will go for? Would you rather the Sport, the LX? Would you rather the ADX, you know, get more features, the turbo engine? Or would you rather just a different brand, a different manufacturer? Or you shop one? If you're not shopping one, do you have one? Drop a comment below. I like to talk about this vehicle. If you're interested, call Perfection Honda. Say, hey, you know, Shaquem sent me, and they will definitely take care of you if you're interested in a car there. A big shout out to them. I do pretty much all my Hondas is from Perfection Honda. But yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the HRV, and I'll catch you in the next walk around.